Well, crikey, it's Easter week. Crikey, it's almost spring break for some kids. It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio.
And you're saying that because Bindi Irwin has big news. You know, Steve Irwin, the crocodile hunter, that's his baby girl. She has some big news. She had a couple of big things happen last week. On March 25th, not only did she and her husband celebrate their first anniversary, she gave birth to a little baby girl.
On their anniversary.
And how crazy is that? Isn't that wild?
How do you plan that?
Yeah, I don't think so because babies do not keep a schedule for sure. But her name is Grace Warrior Irwin Powell. So she's got a big long name.
Isn't Warrior a part of her daddy's name?
Yeah. So what it is, Grace is a name that came from her husband's side of the family. It's a name that goes back to like the 1700s, but they chose Warrior as a tribute to her dad, Steve, and the legacy he had as a wildlife warrior. So I think it's a very cool name, and I bet she lives right up to it.
Oh, you know it. And you know what? I miss that show. I like Crikey. Yeah. It's the Irwins, so I'll watch it from time to time. It's not like a part of my normal diet of television.
Sure.
But I watched Steve when he was on TV right before he passed away from that stingray. Yeah. A lot. My kids and I got a lot out of that show.
Yeah, he was very entertaining, but he was also very educational, and he had fun doing it. But I think his son, Robert, right? He's going to grow into that.
The dude looks like his dad.
Exactly.
It's amazing how much he looks like his daddy. And he was just a little, 2 years old?
I think so, yeah. But he's got that personality, so it's bubbly, but he's very educational. So, yeah, I think only good things are to come from those kids.
His morning crew.
Okay, I got an idea for you. If you're thinking,
what's that?
I really want to wear a mask while I eat. You're out at the restaurant and you're thinking, I just want to be protected. I want to wear my mask. Got a great idea for you. Just wear a nose mask.
What's that?
And then you'll leave your mouth.
Where do you get something like that?
The internet. Where else do you get those things nowadays? There's literally a guy who's developed in Mexico the nose mask. And here's the thing. It's almost like you're doubly protected. So you have the little nose mask on. I mean, it's just right on your nose, just right here. And then you can have the full mask on. And then when you get to the restaurant, you take the full mask off, your nose mask is right there. Well, it's still funny to breathe. And while you look like you're covering like you have no nose or anything, your mouth is there to eat, and then your nose is protected from, whatever.
Okay, so you have to wear the nose mask with the other one on top of it, or you can choose either or while you're eating.
Some people who have this incredible invention are wearing both at the same time when they're going out, and they know they're going to a restaurant. So if they know they want to be able to eat and take off the full mask, and they're like, I wish my nose was at least protected, the nose mask they wear underneath the full mask.
I can see doubling up right before you walk into the restaurant. Like you get out of your car, you put both of them on. I could not wear it for an extended period of time, though.
Oh, see, I would. And I would have an R on mine for Rob.
Why not just paint it red, like a little bullseye? There you go.
Yeah. Wait. Yeah. What? What are you saying?
It'd be kind of classic.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Sounds so good to have for breakfast this morning. I mean, it is Easter week. Why not? It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio. I'm thinking the nice little can of Pepsi Peeps, along with, especially, and this is great if you're vegan, banana peel bacon. Oh, doesn't that sound delicious? Oh,
I would not roll out of bed for either one of those. I'm sorry. This guy on TikTok, his name is Charles Hunter. He's a personal chef. He wanted to make some sort of vegan bacon. So I guess he racked his brain why he ever thought, I'm going to peel a banana, I'm going to put it in Worcestershire sauce, liquid smoke, garlic, and onion powder, and I am going to fry this up, make banana peel bacon.
Oh, listen, I can see how he came up with the idea. I mean, when you peel a banana and you look at it and go, oh, wait a minute, this is a long strip. You got at least three ways so you at least get 3 slices, right? So 3 slices of bacon out of the thing.
Yes.
You might as well just give it a try. I mean, you're going to throw it away anyway. or you're going to throw it out on a compost. So why not just put it into your body, and cook it up? And oh, how delicious it sounds.
When I watched him on TikTok, his face, you know how when you eat a piece of bacon, like your face just kind of is like, oh, like that is so good. His was not like that. His was more of, here's your banana peel bacon.
And then you side it with the Pepsi Peeps that they just came out with. Well, you can only win those things, right?
Yeah, you can only win them. You have to selfie yourself and you have to hashtag it hanging with my peeps and hashtag Pepsi sweepstakes to be eligible to enter the contest. So you win 3 different versions, I guess, of the Pepsi Peeps. Well, the cans are different. They're peep colored, but that sounds not very good.
Yeah. Great combo, huh? I mean, just what you want for a nice, healthy treat for breakfast.
Ugh.
Mornings with Rob and Liz.
Don't know if you know how fast someone can run a marathon. You know, the fastest runners in the world blaze through those things, like Corey. Corey just ran a marathon, 26.2 miles in 16 hours and 12 minutes. The guy's phenomenal.
Is that good time? Because that seems like it's a little long to me.
Most marathon runners will tell you, wow, the guy's walking pretty slow.
Yeah.
Well, kind of, because he was pulling a 1.6-ton Ford Ranger behind him.
Oh, well, that makes a difference.
Yeah. It's not every day you're in a marathon and you see some guy pulling a Ford truck, you know?
Why would he do this?
Charity. Fundraiser for child safe in Australia. So after the run, he told the local paper, he goes, you know what? I feel so good. I'm going to go for a run tomorrow.
Are you kidding? I would have been like, look, guys, I am done.
I know, right? The guy just went out and he did what he did. But hey, he made his point and he got through 26.2 miles pulling a Ford Ranger, a big old pickup truck, man.
I can't even imagine like pulling it down the street, much less that far.
I mean, a tricycle maybe, but a Ford truck?
His morning crew.
So the next time I see you, I want to ask you the time, and then I want to see you lift up your wrist. Well, where'd that come from? Lift up your wrist and tell me the time on your brand new Apple Watch. And then you know what? She's got one of them fancy things. Liz Riles. It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio. Or I want to ask you for some information. Maybe you'll Google it for me on your brand new iPad Air while you're using your magic keyboard. And you know what? You could win all 3. Not just you, but you and another person. It's the double Mac pack that you could win on his radio.
Yeah, it's our first day giveaway, but you know what? You can go ahead and dive on in. And what's really cool about it, yes, you can win all those fancy Apple products and all that good stuff. But you're also, the number one thing is you're going to be helping to support his radio, listener-supported radio station. Don't know if you even knew that, but that's the truth. You can help, take our message and our music and everything that you hear on his radio, the encouragement to others. How cool is that?
Well, what it comes down to is the message is clear with the gospel. You are loved. And we're simply asking you, would you help us tell others they are loved too? That's Friendraiser. That's coming up April 19th. Don't wait until April 19th to call because this is our first day giveaway, the double Mac pack. Go ahead and just give your gift early. That's one of the ways to get registered. Give your gift early. You can do that now. HisRadio.com. Text GIVE to 800-447-7234 or just simply give through the My His Radio app and you could possibly win the double Mac pack.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
I really think that Liz's husband could use a friend right now. It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio. This is 101, I think, for some people.
Yeah.
When it comes, well,
no.
I have to share what happened.
No. So, doing laundry, so my husband, Joey, takes care of his laundry, like he does his work clothes, and he's always done the boys' baseball uniforms and that kind of thing. And generally, my stuff is left, but he will occasionally move what's in the washer into the dryer.
Yeah. Good thing.
Yeah, right. He is super helpful. So I appreciate that. But he did put in a sweater, a wool sweater.
Was it yours?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
How bad? What's the
Oh,
damage?
it was like it could have fit a Barbie or a
Barbie
baby
doll?
Yes. And it's one of my favorites. So it's
Oh,
kind of
no.
a crop sweater, sort of, but I always wear like a shirt underneath it that's longer. It's a little fashion forward, but it came out, I think it was about 8 inches, maybe. I don't even know.
Can't you like get it wet again and then it comes back out?
It was like a ball of wool. Like I kind of threw it in the trash can.
I'm curious. Did
Yeah.
he learn this early on in the marriage? I mean, you guys have been together for what?
22 years this
22.
year.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think I think he was trying to be super helpful and just didn't think about the sweaters when he put it in there. Wasn't thinking that they would, because not all sweaters will do that. A lot will, or it will change shape.
I'll tell you what I learned early on,
What?
and I have never done it again, but I bought my wife a purse for Christmas.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
No, that was the last time.
Yeah. There's things.
It wasn't the right accessory. I thought, hey, this is big. She likes to put a lot of stuff in it. I thought the color was great, even though, hello, I'm colorblind.
Colorblind, yeah.
It didn't.
Well, there's things that you learn after you get married about your spouse or the opposite sex that you didn't know before you got married. And you're like, oh, I just never thought about anything like that.
Well, listen, Liz's husband's not the only one.
No.
The guy needs a friend. Can I be a friend to him? I mean, is he still in the doghouse?
No. I mean, it was sort of like, you didn't want to my favorite sweater.
And then you got over it?
Yeah, because I love him, of course.
But you're still talking about it.
Oh, and I will for the rest of our marriage.
His morning crew.
Sometimes you just don't know. You walk into the marriage, you think you've got the opposite sex down. Of course not. Like shrinking a sweater in the dryer. I'm sorry Joey did that to you, Liz. It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio. But hey, he was just trying to be nice. He wanted to make sure that your favorite sweater was dry.
Yeah, and my baby Yoda now has a comfy sweater to wear.
It fits the toys now.
Right, exactly. But he's not the only one. Randy sent us a message, said, not everything goes into the dryer. He said, women's clothes are so weird. All of my clothes can go into the dryer. And then we heard from Marty. Marty said, laundry, this is what I found out after marriage. Laundry is sorted based on color and fabric. Before he got married, he had 2 stacks, dirty and clean.
That's all you need.
Yep.
That's all you need.
Pretty much.
At least for a guy.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
all I think. So 800-447-7234. Meredith is here. And Meredith has some thoughts about the purse. See, I bought my wife a purse for Christmas, our first Christmas together. It's never happened since. So Meredith, what are your thoughts about that?
One of the things that I need to do is test drive my purse. So I usually go into a store and fill it up with the things in my other purse and walk around the shop for other things for a while to make sure that it works right.
I am curious if you've left anything in the other purse before that you didn't like and just turned it back in.
No. I'm very, very thorough going back through and taking everything out before I go through the checkout line and everything. So
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Basic history. Don't worry. Not going to really dig deep here because I'm just going to talk about Wright brothers and Kitty Hawk, 1903. Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio. Evidently, the first flight ever in aviation history has been so successful that plane is going to make it to Mars.
Isn't that wild?
A fragment of the wing, at least.
Yeah. Yeah, it's headed to Mars on the Perseverance rover. Now, this is not the first time that part of that original airplane from the Wright brothers has gone to space. It went up with Neil Armstrong, on the first moon landing. It went up on one of the space shuttles. But yeah, it's going to be taking off. This has been a couple of years in negotiation, but it's going to be taken off and going to be on Mars.
Isn't that crazy cool? I mean, it's on Perseverance right now, right? So the rover is on Mars, and so it's there, and they have a helicopter or hover thing or something like that. The fragment's there, and then they're going to, just leave a piece of it on Mars. A little fragment of that wing.
Yeah, can you imagine the Wright brothers Never in their wildest dreams, I can't imagine, they would think they would be part of going to Mars.
Well, that kind of history. I
Yeah.
mean, maybe they dreamed maybe one day we'll make it to space, but
Sure.
never the very first aviation flight ever. What it was 118 years ago. That was 1903 in Kitty Hawk with the Wright brothers. So you just never know. I mean, they took this leap of faith. They did what they did with that very first aviation flight, and now a piece of that wing is going to be on Mars. Hello.
Yeah, and fitting that it's called Perseverance, because I think they needed quite a bit to get where they were.
Mornings with Rob and Liz.
Dude just driving down the road, minding his own business, just doing his thing to get home. And then he pulls up on this white dog in the middle of the road. The white dog would not budge. Then he looks off to a driveway just to his left, and he sees a lady just lying in the driveway. That was her dog. It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio.
Yeah, that's Clover the dog. And this family had actually rescued Clover a couple years ago, but they were just out for a walk. It was, owner and dog just enjoying the day. And what happened was she had a seizure. And this was something I don't know that she'd ever had before. But anyway, she dropped to the ground and the dog jumped into hero action. And there really were no other humans around. Just the dog was there with her. So nobody was able to kind of jump in. So the dog stopped traffic. And that's where this guy drives up.
Isn't that crazy? So they were able to get the paramedics there. The lady is going to be okay. As a matter of fact, she was on their local news and she's doing fine, just very grateful. They even captured it in like somebody's Ring camera. And so they have the literal surveillance video, so to say, from somebody's doorbell camera. And you see her go down. You see the dog try to revive her, wake her master up, and then just walks into the middle of the road and literally stops that car, literally stops traffic and saved her life.
Yeah. Even when like the police and the medics showed up, the dog was kind of ushered off to the side, of course, so they could help her and work on her. But he never took his eyes off of his sweet owner. So.
And the dog wasn't trained to do this. It was just a normal dog, Not
Just
a rescue
instinct.
puppy or anything. What do you call them? What do you call those kind of dogs?
Like a comfort or a compassion dog or a service dog.
Yeah, not a service dog at all. Just was a dog who really loved its owner and saved its life by doing that.
His morning crew.
For the life of me, ever since I've seen this, I've been trying to imagine how big this thing must have been, how big of an Oreo cookie this was. It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio. It must be pretty large.
What are you talking about?
Well, this one girl that sat inside an Oreo and ate it.
Oh, no, that's not what happened. You misunderstood me when I was kind of telling you about this Facebook post that I saw. Okay, so let me get this straight. Here's what happened. So a friend of mine posted that her daughter had eaten the inside of the Oreo, and I couldn't figure out like why she did it. She just took the cream center out of the Oreos. But her post was evidently a couple weeks ago, she and her daughter were in their car talking about snacks and just, that random topic of conversation. And the mom said, I used to like Oreos, but they're just too sweet for me. So if I can just eat the chocolate wafers, that would be like the perfect snack. So fast forward a couple of weeks, she gets to work, she opens her purse, and there's a snack bag full of just the chocolate wafers from the Oreo and a little note that said, Mama, I did this for you so you wouldn't be hungry. She licked the cream out of all of the Oreo cookies.
Yum. And here's the cookie. I just licked it clean for you.
and your initial reaction might be, "Ooh, that's kind of gross." But when you think about it, her daughter, her heart is so big and she knew what would make Mama happy. And so she did it.
His morning crew.
Time for a break. Who needs this anymore? It's time for Zoom Free Fridays. And you might as well start this Friday since it's Good Friday, right? Well, Liz is very excited about Zoom Free Fridays.
That's awesome.
There's so many people that seem to live on Zoom. With all the work that takes place at his radio, most of our meetings are Zoom.
Right. And kids are, on Zoom or in group chats, that kind of thing for their virtual school. So, yeah.
Yeah, small groups are doing Zoom. So Citicorp, a bank, Citicorp is like, okay, our company, we're noticing people are on Zoom a lot. As a matter of fact, it seems like people are working 40% longer because of Zoom. And so they're taking Fridays off of Zoom completely so people can get work done.
So they're not taking the day off. They just have no Zoom meetings at all on Fridays. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and they are going to take one extra day off, May 28th. That's got to be a Friday. So May 28th, the whole company is going to be off that day. They're just declaring it Zoom-free holiday, so to say. And at least at this one company, Zoom is not going to be a thing, period, on Fridays.
Yeah, you know what? I think we need a little less screen time, especially over these past, 13 months now. I think we could all stand to walk away from the screen a little bit.